All right, let's get to it. So this is what you see once you've entered your website, and you might be using our free blueprint or the free website on our hosting, or you might be on a paid plan. But these steps are basically what you're going to go through when you set up your website. We're using the free blueprint right now, and you can go get one over at yourzone.website. Get a free blueprint that you can download and set up, and I'm going to show you how. This is basically the tutorial that you're going to be seeing if you downloaded that. So let's go ahead. We created some quick links for you to get started. You can use the quick links, but I'm going to show you where these links are in your menu, because these might be we might be removing these in the future. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and click on site settings, and what you would do is click on settings and then click on general, and we'll be setting up all these things right now. So go ahead and click on general. You will see something like this. And this is going to be the name of your site. Go ahead and change that. Your tagline, go ahead and change that also. Don't change this, because this is going to be changed by the hosting, our free hosting that you can get access to. So don't change this if you're able to. If you're on our hosting, you probably can't change it. And go ahead and update this, because you want to be getting emails, administration emails, in case something happens. Everything else is fine. You can allow people to register if you want, but for our purposes, just go ahead and set things up as you see here. So leave this unchecked. New default user role subscriber. Change the language if you want to, the time zone, the date format, time format, when does your week start, and you don't need to check this. Go ahead and click Save Changes, and then click on Reading. So once you click on Reading, you will see something like this. Now, basically, we have to choose what our homepage is. When someone writes in the domain of our website, what are they going to see? So I've set up a homepage. That's a traditional website homepage. So depending on the site you will have a tutorial on how to set this up. It's going to be different for an e-commerce, for a coaching service, for an agency, and depending on what website you have, you're going to have an About Us page, or maybe a shop page, or all that type of stuff that a traditional website has. But since we created this blueprint to get you started right away, to start getting clients immediately, our homepage is going to be part of a funnel. So you go ahead and click on landing to set it as your homepage, because we want our first page that people land on to be the homepage of our funnel. In the future, if you have a traditional website, and you can have both funnels and website with this thing, one thing does not exclude the other. And if you're going to have a traditional website and you're going to think about creating blog posts, then you would go to pages, create a new page, call it blog probably, and then come back here to settings, reading, and select the page you just created from here, so that's going to be your blog homepage. Everything else, basically this tells how many blog posts to show on your blog homepage. Leave this, not important. Same here. And remember that if you're live, this should not be checked. If your site is live and you are ready to go live, this should not be checked. Otherwise, it won't appear. It probably won't appear on any search engines. Go ahead and click Save. I'm going to save that. Then we're going to go to Permalinks. So you click on Permalinks, and you don't have to change anything here. We've already set this up for you. Basically, the only thing I'm saying is, if in the future you add some plugins and something is not working, you might have to, like, you're clicking on websites, on pages of the website, and they're not showing. You might have to come here and just say save to reset, to reload the permalinks in WordPress. Just a debugging tool I'm giving you with that, but you don't have to do anything here. These are standard settings. You should leave it as is unless you know what you're doing. I wouldn't advise you to mess with this stuff. It's not really important for what we're gonna do. And what I mean by that is start generating leads and getting clients with a WordPress site. So let's go ahead with that. Privacy is not important either, but just to explain, there's a privacy page we created and we set it as the privacy page. You don't have to worry about this now. We've created a bunch of websites and usually clients don't even care about what's on the privacy page. I do suggest you have this done sooner or later, but when you're starting out, it does not matter. Okay, but that's just there so you know what it is. So let's go back to our dashboard, click on dashboard, and you get taken here. Now we're gonna set up the profile. Now, depending on where you are, okay, all users. So basically here, you see, you probably logged in with ORS free if you downloaded the blueprint. That's because the ORS free, we gave you the password for this account, which is 123.123.123. So you can access this blueprint once you downloaded it. Now what you can do is you either change this account, or since a lot of people have seen this blueprint, it's highly unlikely that they'll be able to find your website and they're gonna know that's part of a blueprint that we created. But if you're feeling unsure, go to the ORS admin account and click edit, scroll down to remember to update the email, and then generate password. Save this password somewhere, or if you want to add your own password, just say, usually I like using long phrases like basketball is awesome. Okay, so that's pretty, you can remember that pretty easily, and even WordPress likes it. So you can if you choose, it's always good to choose a strong password. But if you don't, if you want to use a really simple one like we did, 123, you have to click here for it to confirm the use of this. But I highly not advise you doing this. Choose a strong password. Okay, take this out. We're gonna cancel that, and then once you have the password, you're gonna log out here and then log back in with your ORS admin account, and at least you'll have a stronger account, and then delete the ORS free one. What else? That's basically it. You can set all the information here if you want. It's not important at the moment. So let's just go ahead go back to dashboard. Remember to save all the way, update user, and then do that log in, log out. If you're on your website, if you're using the live one or your paid plan, you don't have to do this. You probably created your credentials when you were creating the website. This is just for people that downloaded the free blueprint from yourzone.website. Go back to your dashboard. Next is theme settings. So let's go ahead, click on here. But if you want to access it from the menu, it's customize. So you click on customize. It says, it doesn't say anything, but that's because we hadn't chosen the home page. So this is the landing page of your funnel. So that's why you're seeing it. I'll be showing you how to change that in a minute. But the most important thing I want you to do here without wasting time on all these settings is to choose your typography, your colors, your container, and your buttons, because this is going to affect the general styling of your website. Then if you want to go ahead and change one thing, you can do that with our page builder. But to speed up the process and have, let's say, a harmonious typography and design, you're going to set it up here so that your pages inherit these styles from these settings, and then you can fine-tune each single thing on each page. So let's go ahead, choose typography. Base typography is, you have a lot of fonts you can choose from. Choose whatever you want. Don't go overboard, because you don't want too many fonts loading on your website. Usually 2 different types of fonts is more than enough. So maybe choose a font for the body, and usually it's all normal text. It's going to inherit that, and also the headlines. But then, so yeah, go ahead and choose that. You might have to choose normal here. Let's see if it changes something. Doesn't change anything, so I want to see if it works. So let's choose italic and see if we delete, if we delete normal, what happens? You probably have to click it, exactly, okay. Okay, it's not working because probably the typography has been set page-wise. This is site-wide settings. This is page-wide settings. So just go ahead and actually, you don't even have to. Yeah, just go ahead, remove that. We don't want the variance. Okay. Okay, this is gonna kick us in the butt later on, so we're just gonna click on normal because that's the one we want. And oh, this is where it was getting overridden. So basically, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this step. You can skip it because you're going to be setting. This basically preloads the variants you're going to be using. But this is where you set the. Let's see what happens if I say everything bold. So it does upgrade here. So that's what I'm saying. Choose normal. Choose your body, the body font here, and then you don't have to click publish yet. Do it at the end so that you're not saving after every change. It'll take longer. Then we go ahead and change the headings. So you can set a general family for the headings, and then you can fine tune each header. So there's different headings, types of headings on each page. This is usually the most important header, and there has to be usually only one of these on each page. Then there can be any number of heading 2s, heading 3s, etc. Usually from a style point of view, the heading 1 has a bigger size than the other headings. But seriously, you don't have to worry about this. This has already been set. I would advise only for you, if you want to choose a different type of font for your headings, go ahead and choose something like, go to Google, look for Google Fonts on Google, and then you can actually see the fonts there. And let's just go ahead and do that. So Google Fonts, Google Fonts. So as you can see, when you search for fonts, you can actually see them displayed on here. So go choose them here, and then without having to change and see what happens here every time, you look them up in Google Fonts, and then you just put it in here. So let's say, what would happen if I wanted Acme as the font for my titles? So you see, it changes. What happens is that all the titles are updated really fast, and then you can just go in and when you're editing a page, you can change it there. So I want it to inherit the same font as my body font, so I'm going to leave that as is. Let's go back. We're done with typography. Go ahead and choose your colors. So there's a text color, and that's this, the color of your text. There's this theme color. It's going to be used probably with links and stuff like that. See that? That's probably this color right there. And link color also. Sometimes it depends. On some pages, this overrides this. So I put both of them to be the same. You choose. That's your call. So this is the link hover color. What happens when you hover over the link? You see that changes, and you can even change the heading color, but I want it to be the same as the text color. So let's say you wanted your theme color to be added to your heading color. You would change it here or choose it from one of these. You see it updates. This gets updated, and that's as easy as that. Let's go ahead and clear it so it goes back to default. Yeah, it didn't do that, so I say clear. Let's just say this. Okay, so it went back. Background is white. Well, not really white because I don't really like white that much, but it's kind of white. It's a grayish white, a little softer, less harsh. Just like the text, it's not really a black because as you see, real black and real white together, they don't mix that well, in my opinion. So I kind of chose a less black one and a less white background. So let's go back. Those are the colors. As I said, don't waste too much time on this. This is only if you've already have a brand. Just use your brand colors here. Otherwise, don't waste too much time on it. Just choose maybe a color that you like, and then let's go ahead. Container basically is the box that's going to be containing your content. So it's usually from here to all the way here. But this can be overridden on a page per page basis. So don't worry about it. We set it on, this is a default. We want our, so what happens is the pages are going to occupy full width, but the content is going to be contained. That's what this means. And then every other page just inherits this, but you can override them here. And you can play around with this if you want. But as I said, we're not going to be building a full-blown website. We're just going to be building a funnel that's going to help us get leads and clients. So we like to call this the client engine, because it's a funnel that if you apply with our organic methods of getting leads, you could also be getting clients. Then just go ahead and click the buttons and do the same thing for buttons. Try to give a general styling that most buttons should inherit, and then you can always go in and change it individually if you want to, okay? Basically, that's it. I don't want you messing around with other stuff because you really don't need to. So go ahead and click publish and you're done. Then you click the X and you should be taken back to your dashboard. So I think that's it for setting up your website. If you have any questions, always leave a comment, contact us. You see you have Messenger chat support, just click here and leave us a comment and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I'll be seeing you in the next video.